honest with you guys, I don't have too many jokes for you tonight. I'm mostly going to talk about myself. And starting with a proper introduction. My name is Alex Morris. I'm 34 years old. I am divorced. I live in my sister's basement. My wheelchair-bound mother had to buy my last car. I am buried in student debt, and I currently work as a high school janitor. So I think it's safe to say that at 34 years old, I'm just fucking crushing it right now. But before I started my career as a high school janitor, I worked as a middle school janitor, and one day I was dragging a vacuum cleaner behind me, and a kid walks up to me and asks me, "What does that do?" I wish I was making that up. What does that do? Not, what kind of vacuum cleaner is that? Not, where am I taking said vacuum cleaner? No, what does that do? So I figure one of two things is happening. Either he's being a little fucking smart-ass asshole, thinking that he's better than me, which if that's the case, he's absolutely right. I mean, this kid's got his whole future in front of him. I have my sister's basement, a small but respectable collection of pop figures, a stack of manga, and a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle depicting a creature from John Carpenter's The Thing. You know, in case I bring a lady friend over. Hopefully the sounds of our hot, sweaty, passionate puzzle putting together making won't wake my mother. But I honestly figured this kid really does not know what a vacuum cleaner does, so I thought I'd do my part for the youth of America. And I sit the kid down and I say, "Kid, in 15 years when I'm your supervisor, I will explain to you exactly what that vacuum cleaner is. Until then, go enjoy your childhood, eat some Tide Pods or something." But for those of you who are wondering or even give a shit, I'm actually half black, and I grew up in a predominantly white community, which really wasn't a big deal for me. I didn't experience much in terms of actual racism, but I did hear on numerous occasions, "Alex, you are the least intimidating black guy I've ever met." Which I suppose is a compliment, but I don't understand why my white mother didn't tell me that every time she was tucking me into bed at night. It just struck me as a little excessive. Turns out, according to my mom, I'm the kind of black guy you talk to for 5 minutes and you breathe an inner sigh of relief. I don't you fucking lie, half you just did it right now. But I don't want you to get the wrong impression about my mom. You know, she's great, she's wonderful, she's white, but I don't hold that against her. But I just do. I love my mom very much, and she has literally supported every decision I've ever made in my life. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to be an artist when I grew up. So my mom sat me down and she said, "Alex, you can be anything you want to be." And then when I failed at becoming an artist and instead became a janitor, my mom didn't let me get discouraged. She sat me down once again and she said, "Alex, you can be anything you want to be. It doesn't require talent." And then when I made the decision that I wanted to pursue a career in comedy, I told my mom. She sat me down one last time and handed me a noose. And she said, "Alex, you know what to do." So speaking of my family, my younger brother was recently signed to a modeling agency. Now what this means is that he'll be doing modeling work all across the country, and he'll be getting paid thousands upon thousands of dollars per gig. Meanwhile, I'm doing unpaid open mic shows in front of an audience who quite frankly doesn't give a shit. So as far as our career paths are going, I'm definitely winning. But the thing is, you really can't compare me and my brother, because when it comes right down to it, we really are two different species of human being. I mean, if you're looking at side by side, my brother looks like he was carved out of the finest of black marble. I look like I was carved out of a block of rotten butter. I don't mean to gush or anything, but my brother looks like a literal chocolate Adonis. I look like a bowl of chocolate pudding that became a real boy. And it's literally been that way all of our lives. I mean, even in high school, my brother is voted most likely to succeed. I was voted most likely to live in my mother's basement for the rest of my life. But the joke's on them, because I'm living in my sister's basement now, so moving on up, bitches. Actually, speaking of my flagging comedy career, I was actually at a comedy club not too long ago, and the host there referred to me as the Eeyore of comedy. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't fucking see it. Don't get me wrong, I'm hung like a fucking donkey, that part I understand. guys are seeing me up here, I'm a barrel of sunshine. Oh well, guess after this I'll just go home and smoke some weed and eat some thistles. But I recently decided I'm going to try to lean into the hero persona a little bit more. And with that in mind, I decided to get some elective surgery. Nothing too crazy, I'm just going to get a fake tail nailed above my ass crack. Hashtag saddest tramp stamp ever. So, a little bit more about me. I'm a man of few pleasures and even fewer vices. In fact, one of the few vices I do have is a good cigar. I only smoke flavored cigars and only in the following flavors: grape, watermelon, and white women. And no, that joke was not racist, it was stereotypical. Learn the difference. But I also really love drugs. I don't know if you can tell by my crazy neurotic behavior, but I'm really into uppers. I actually tried Adderall for the first time not too long ago, and I have to tell you guys, holy fucking shit. Is that what white confidence feels like? No, seriously, is that how you white people feel all day, every day? But I also really love weed, like a lot. Like to the point where it almost gets weird and gross, I love weed. But my ex-wife, she absolutely hated the fact that I smoked weed. In fact, she got really mad at me about it one day. She screamed at me and called me a pothead. I gotta say, that really hurt my feelings. But mainly, I came back at her with the worst counter-argument ever. It wasn't even my argument. I stole it from How I Met Your Mother. I said to her, no, I'm not a pothead. I'm a marijuana enthusiast. And she fires right back at me, well, I like sucking your dick. That doesn't make me a dick enthusiast now, does it? And I innocently reply, no, sweetie, it does not. But according to your logic, it does make you a dickhead. So, I'm gonna go ahead and make a little confession to you guys tonight. I love playing with boobies. Now, don't get me wrong, I prefer playing with women's boobies, and whenever possible, I prefer to play with them while in their naked form, but at this stage in my life, I'm not particularly picky. And I know what y'all thinking. Alex, looks like you're lugging around some sizable double D milkers yourself. Why not just play with those? Well, to answer your question, I do in fact play with my own tits. But the thing is, I tend to get a little handsy with myself. I have to remind myself again and again and again that second base only. No sliding the third for you, mister. And you can forget about ever hitting a home run unless you put a goddamn ring on it. Because I need a commitment. So, I don't really have much for table manners, especially when it comes to one of my favorite foods in the whole wide world, which is fried chicken. It's okay, white people, relax, you can laugh at that, because everybody objectively likes fried chicken. It doesn't matter what age you are, what gender you are, what race you are, everybody likes fried chicken. If you don't like fried chicken, that would probably make you a vegan. And if you're a vegan, you're not a real human being. You are a soulless pod person from space, everybody knows that. But the thing is, as much as I love eating fried chicken, and I do, I cannot eat in front of friends and family members anymore, because they've all told me on numerous occasions that watching me eat fried chicken would make a man stop believing in a loving and righteous God. And in truth, I believe there is some truth to that, because when it comes to eating fried chicken, I show no mercy. You know, for me, eating fried chicken is not so much a dining experience as it is a Mortal Kombat fatality. You know, someone puts a bucket of fried chicken in front of me and just like, get over here! So, I was on Facebook recently taking a personality test to determine the color of my aura. Because I'm cool and woke like that. And according to the test, the color of my aura is purple, which means I'm a very passionate individual. Now, I know standing up here I just ooze personality, but do you really think passion is one of them? Like, can you imagine any kind of a passionate scenario? Ladies in the audience, can you imagine having passionate sex with me right now? You can't, can you? That's okay, neither can my girlfriend. And ladies, if the idea of having passionate sex with me disgusts you, as it rightfully should, Just do what my girlfriend does when she knows you're about to have sex. Just close your eyes and go to a happy place. But I shouldn't make too much fun of myself sexually, because I have been told by many former partners that I'm a very generous lover. Which I believe is true, because I'll always share my pizza during sex. Unless, of course, it's a meat lover's pizza, then go fuck yourself. But me and my girlfriend decided to be a little bit more adventurous in the bedroom. And with that in mind, we take up a little bit of role playing. And I started calling myself Sonic the Hedgehog. Because I want my girlfriend to understand that I am truly the fastest thing alive. We get pretty crazy with our role playing. We even have some holiday themed characters. And this last Halloween, I role played as Pinhead from Hellraiser. And after a night of very vigorous lovemaking, I looked down at her very lovingly and I said to her very tenderly, "The box. You opened it. I came inside you." So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't approach sex the way most guys do. You know, I think most guys approach sex like it's some kind of epic adventure or a quest. Sure, there might be some dangers along the way. You might have to fight a bridge troll or two. But in the end, the treasure is well worth the effort. Me, I approach sex with way more fucking anxiety. You know, fuck outer space, fuck black holes, fuck other dimensions. For me, vaginal intercourse is the infinite unknown. You know, I'm so fucked up sexually that I don't have the regular sexual fantasies like most guys do. Like, for example, most guys fantasize about being with two women at the same time, but for me, that just sounds like so much fucking goddamn work. Not even the fun kind of work. Like taking the time out of my day to craft the perfect magic deck, now that's fun work. But being with two women at the same time, that just sounds fucking exhausting. You know, I really gotta weigh the pros and cons of that one. But to give you put in perspective, I'm so fucked up sexually that I don't have regular sexual dreams like most guys do. Like not too long ago, and this is absolutely true, I had a dream that I was having sex with the actress Amanda Seyfried. Pretty awesome. But the thing is, she was completely in blackface. And I'll be real with you guys, I was really fucking into it. Like, not so much that I ask my girlfriend to put on blackface every time we have sex, but at least on my birthday. So, it's probably no surprise to anybody, but I was watching porn recently, and I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I discovered a whole new subcategory of porn, known as horror porn. This is absolutely real, you can look this up. For those of you who don't know, horror porn is a very particular type of pornography where beautiful young women have sex with disgusting, vile monsters. Now, not only was I rock hard while watching this, but it filled me with a real sense of hope. I couldn't help but think to myself, finally, a chance for me to break into the industry. Now look, you guys can laugh about that all you like, but I'm pretty excited about the prospect of a new career for myself in horror porn. In fact, I'm so excited about it, I even came up with some horror porn names and some taglines to go along with it. Would you like to hear some tonight? Yeah! So the first one I was thinking about going with, a little on the nose, I will admit, but I thought about going with the Ebony Boa. The tagline, either swallow his load or he'll swallow you whole. But then I thought maybe I'd go a little fancier with it, and I thought about calling myself the Mulatto Mutant. The tagline, his presence causes a poon monsoon. But in the end, I had to go with my gut, and I had to go with the name that not only describes my general body shape, but also the way I tend to have sex. So from this point on, my horror porn name will simply be The Black Blob. The tagline, he'll ooze into all your crevices. So, a bit of a weird segue, but I don't really believe in ghosts. But if someone were to ask me, hey Alex, you spend a night in a haunted house for $1 million, I have to say, fuck no. I'm skeptical, not stupid. I've seen enough horror movies, the black guy never survives the haunted house. And let's just say I was trapped in a haunted house. I know for a fact that I would be a ghost/demonic entity's wet dream. Because I fit all the horror cliches. You know, I'm black, I smoke pot, I'm both fat and funny, And just for the cherry on top, as we've already established, I am rocking a sweet set of tits. So I have absolutely no chance. But getting back to my ex-wife for a second, she absolutely believed in ghosts. She was all in. As far as she was concerned, ghosts are real and they are among us. In fact, she believed in this so strongly that whenever we were having sex, I made her orgasm, which, look at me, that clearly happened every time. But whenever she would orgasm, her head would spin around and she would scream out, "There is no Sarah, only Zor." So fucking hot. So you guys have probably noticed by now that I don't talk a lot of politics when I tell jokes, and that's for a very specific reason, because it makes me very uncomfortable. And to put that in perspective, I would have an easier time confessing to my own mother that I have a tentacle fetish than telling all you guys my political views up here tonight. And by the way, I absolutely do not have a tentacle fetish. And even if I did have a tentacle fetish, it's really not that weird anymore. And, I'm sensing some judgment for you guys out there. So if you knew your history and any culture at all, you swine, you would know that tentacle erotica has been around since at least the late 1800s. And it's considered by many to be a very beautiful art form. But yeah, I do not have a tentacle fetish. Another thing you'll probably notice about me is I tend to be a little sad and dour and all that stuff, but there's also a reason for that too. That's because as far as I'm concerned, the world as we know it is completely fucked. I mean, think about it. The rainforests are being cut down, the ice caps are melting, the polar bears are dying, the Kardashians somehow got another show on Hulu. I mean, what the fuck are we gonna do? And I personally think our scientists and our politicians have truly failed us to try to find answers to these problems we are facing. So I think we need to go old school and look to a higher power to save us. So if you'll please all join me in a moment of prayer. Great Cthulhu. Ia Cthulhu Fatagan. Please reawaken from your mighty city of Relia when the stars become right again, so you may devour those that are defiling our planet with their presence. People like Alex Jones, Martin Scarelli, the entire cast of Jersey Shore, all the Kardashians, and yes, I'm including Kanye in that one. And you know what? 30% of the population, just to be on the safe side. So let's face it, you can all think of 3 out of 10 Facebook friends that just kind of need to go right now. So another thing I forgot to mention about myself is I'm a big fan of documentaries. I love documentaries. And I was watching this one documentary not too long ago about baby sea turtles. It was very fascinating. I learned some very interesting facts. It turns out that when baby sea turtles hatch, they follow the reflected moonlight to get to the open ocean. However, every once in a while they'll get confused and they'll follow the man-made lights instead, and they fall into sewer grates or they get hit by cars, and it's very, very sad. Unless, of course, 4 sea turtles fall into a sewer grate, get adopted by a giant rat, and become Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In which case, it's fucking awesome. But mostly sad. But that is why if I lived anywhere near a beach, it would be my personal mission in life to collect as many baby sea turtles as I possibly could and deposit them safely to the ocean. But now here's the big moral question I have for you guys. Am I a truly terrible person like I take some of the sea turtles and try to skip some of those fuckers across the water? Well, because they're the perfect size and shape for it. And look, some of you clearly did not laugh at that, but you should know that I am saving an entire generation of sea turtles for your children and your children's children to enjoy. I'm going to skip 5, 6 of those things tops. Or at least until my shoulder gives out. Because that fucks up the throw. But I'll leave you guys with this. You've been an okay audience. Not great, just okay. But I feel like I should before I tell this last joke, I should give a quick word of warning out to the women in this crowd. Ladies, I'm about to talk some serious nerd shit up here, so this might be a good time for you to take any napkins or Kleenex you may have and stuff them down the front of your panties, because you are about to get wet. So, I don't know if you can tell from this t-shirt, but I'm a huge nerd. In fact, when I was growing up, I was such a nerd that when I became an adult, I didn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a fighter. I wanted to be the next great supervillain. And the villain I aspired to the most would have to be Dr. Octopus. In fact, I remember seeing Dr. Octopus for the first time when I was 10 years old, watching Saturday morning cartoons. I distinctly remember seeing those blue blocker sunglasses and bold haircuts, and thinking to myself, There's a pussy magnet right there. But unfortunately, my hopes were dashed in order to become the next Dr. Octopus by the time I reached puberty. Again, this may not come as a shock to any of you, but when I was 13 years old, I really got into hentai tentacle porn. So by the time Spider-Man 2 came out, I wasn't sure if I was watching a superhero movie or a softcore gay porno. Either way, I was kind of into it. And knowing my 13-year-old self, I probably gave myself a stupid fucking name like Dr. Octocock or something like that. But now that I'm a little older, wiser, and more mature, I mean, don't be wrong, I still want to be a supervillain. That much has not changed. But I think now I want to become the next Venom. You guys don't know who that is, right? There's a problem, because there is no such thing as a fat Venom. And even if there was, what the fuck would my supervillain name be? I don't know if you guys have seen the movies or read in the comics, but most villains like Venom have cool, kick-ass names. Venom, Carnage, Toxin, and Anti-Venom. What would my name be? I just imagine myself being drawn into a comic book, and just defeated the hero of battle looks up at me and screams, "What the hell are you?" As the symbiote slowly crawls up my body, I look down and I say, "We are type 2 diabetes." That's my time